Hey everyone, I just wanted to talk about the hidden costs of owning a caravan. Not hidden, but you get all excited, you want your first caravan like I did, and then a couple of costs that you didn't think would matter, they start mounting up, especially when you very first start off. So when I first bought my caravan, 3 or 4 days before, I didn't have a tow bar. And 3 or 4 days before that, I was I had a tent, and the story is I was getting I went to go outdoors for a trailer, a small trailer to have my camping gear on, and I thought, well, if I'm going to spend the money to get a tow ball or tow bar, why don't I get a caravan? Because I've always wanted one. I've always liked the Swift base camp since they first come out in 2017, but at the time could never afford one. There was like 21,000 back then, and they've just gone up and up in price with inflation and COVID and things like that. So I just got very excited one day. I had a couple of days off work, and I ended up buying a caravan with nowhere to store it as well. So some of the things that you had to pay out for right away was one, the caravan. I paid cash for mine. I paid £15,000. I paid the deposit of 1,300, and then picked it up a week later. In that week, I had my tow bar fitted. That cost me £495, and I actually got the wrong tow bar fitted. The bulk of it was right. It's just the end bit that hooks on wasn't an Alco one for my Alco Caravan, which is an Alco chassis. So when I went to pick my caravan up, they said it's likely I would hit the car with the wrong tow bar on. As you turn in, it sticks out a little bit more for the stabilizer. So I had to get them to change it. It cost like 16, 17 quid for a new one. They did it right there and then. They took all the paint off for me, which is another thing you have to do, take the paint off. My next cost was storage and insurance. So storage back then was £450, but I could only access the storage unit for 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours at night, which made it really difficult if you wanted to set off early, or if you came back late, you'd have to wait till the next day, which means I had to take a day off work, and it was costing more in time off work than it did the storage. So I moved it to another place, which is access between 6:30 in the morning and I think it's 7:30 at night, and a little bit earlier during winter. But if you need to, you can get in. You just have to let them know. And this one cost me £620 a year, and it's more if you pay 6 months. They split the cost, but they add a little bit more on because you're splitting the cost. So that's something to bear in mind. Then I had to insure it. Because it cost me a lot of money to begin with, I wanted to get it insured. And you also, at this storage centre, they want to see your proof of insurance in case it randomly catches on fire or you've left something on. Or even you want to get it insured if someone else's catches on fire next to you in the storage yard. We live in Manchester, and there's a place in Chadderton, a couple of miles from here, that's set on fire. Their storage yard set on fire, and there's a lot of caravans lost in that. Other hidden costs are the accessories. I was quite lucky. The place I bought my caravan from was a second-hand caravan warehouse centre where they sold caravans and motorhomes, all second-hand, no new stuff, and they didn't have a shop, which I think helped because some of them, when they get a caravan in part exchange, which is what this was, that someone part exchanged this for something else, they strip it bare. So they'll take the aqua roll out, they'll take all the electric cables out, if the awnings, or the little knickknacks that people collect, because they'd left everything in. The people that sold it to the caravan place, they left everything in. So I ended up with a £700 awning, a £300 awning. I ended up with like tent pegs, TV cables, the TV bracket, but they did take the wrong bit off the bracket. So they've took their TV off and left the back bit on the TV. So I had to buy a new one of them. They left loads of like little handy bits, which really helped me out in the beginning. But the awnings were a big one. I think I was about £1,000 better off because of the awnings. I also bought security wheel locks. I went to Glossop Caravans, very close to us, and I got 2 wheel locks for this and a hitch lock. They cost me the best part of 350 quid for them. So within that week of buying the caravan, I'd not even been out in it, you know. And then you have to kit it out, knives, forks, plates, gas bottles. I got given an empty gas bottle when I bought it, and I could not find anyone to replace the Cala gas bottle. Every garage I went to just seemed to say, no, empty, no, we don't have it, no, we can't find it. Also, I had motor movers left on my caravan. At most places they will take them off and probably sell them on the internet again as a second-hand motor, and then make you buy new ones. So it is worth sometimes going to these smaller places or buying a second-hand one straight from a private seller, which does have its downfalls, pitfalls, but I think you can get more for your money depending on how much you're going to spend. I wish I didn't spend as much on the base camp, but this is one of the oldest ones, one of the first models to come out, and it's all I could afford. But I was also governed by how much I could tow in my car, which is a little Ford Focus. It can't tow very much. I think it's like 12 to 1400 weight limit. I'm going to say the lower end, but the base camp and the car perfectly matched for towing. And I didn't want to spend more money on a car just to get a bigger caravan, which is what I'm doing now, 2 years later. But caravanning has your fixed costs, so you need to make it worth your while in getting out there and just having fun. 1 year later, you are going to need a service. Don't skip getting your caravan serviced, especially if you've got it insured as well, because some insurance policies, it can void them if you've not kept up to date with your service. Also, it does highlight any problems, especially the silent killer of caravans, which is damp. I've had damp found in mine, and we've rectified one of them, and we think we found the problem of the other part of the damp. And it is going to cost me a little bit of money to get fixed, but I'm happy to spend it because I've found it. It's not costing me an absolute fortune to rip all the floor out because I've left it 3 years and damp has been slowly building up and water's been getting in. So definitely get your caravan serviced. This one cost me £235 for the last service, and I had a few little issues and niggles that they did as well. So they did the pads on the tow hitch for me, which is an easy job, but it was there. He said, do you want me to change them? 5-minute job for him. He's done them loads. And he'd put a new breakaway cable on because mine had some fraying. So it's best to get that fixed, which I was really happy with. Also, unlike a car, your caravan's not telling you when there's issues. So you need someone to go around, have a look underneath, tyres off, gas hoses, electrical system. They will check all of that, including your battery as well. So I definitely recommend service. Another cost of caravanning, I'm afraid. So let's just go over what I've spent on caravanning before I've even gone on a pitch. 15,000 caravan, 400 for tow hitch, insurance every year, £300, a little bit less, I think. Storage right now, 620, and there's something else which I can't think. But yeah, the service that we was just talking about, big costs involved. I also had some repairs done on mine. Door handle had broke about 6 months after I'd bought it, out of warranty with the manufacturer. It seemed to me like maybe someone had tried the door handle and broke it whilst it was locked, whilst it was in storage. So they repaired that. That was like 200 and something quid. I had some shock absorbers on this as well. They come as standard with the newer models, but the old ones, when they first come out, it didn't come as standard. So I had them fitted. Made quite a bit of difference towing, and they were like 280. Again, had them fitted for me. So there's a bit of extra cost on there as well with labour. And I had some other bits done as well. So my first repair and service together was £1,000. And I used to think £700 tents were expensive. Now look at me. So there's some hidden costs for caravanning, or costs you don't think of.